All right, so in this challenge here in JavaScript, we thought this would be a real fun one to do, is let's go ahead and create a function called getPlanet, and it will take a number that will return a string version of what that planet actually corresponds to. So you're supplying the function here with a number between 1 and 9, and it will spit back out to you. It will return back to you with the correct planet. Now, of course, if you supply a number that's out of the range, or if you supply anything that's out of the range, then you should respond with an invalid planet number. We want to go ahead and practice utilizing functions and switch statements in order to accomplish this. Later on, we'll show you what the if-else would look like, and just to provide you with context of which one do you feel is a little more readable and understandable if you were to walk in and look at the code as a developer that might need to go on to this type of project, right? So anyways, great time right now is to pause the video, try to solve this yourself, see if you're able to do it. And if you get stuck, you can go ahead and unpause the video and you can kind of see our thought process on going along with this. All right, so go ahead and pause the video and go ahead and come back. All right, well, hopefully you ended up getting it, and if not, no worries. We're going to step through this, talk a little bit about a switch statement, and especially with that one part there where it says an invalid planet number, and that's where we're going to have our default case with this, okay? So I'm going to have Copilot kind of help me type all this stuff out because I don't think that you'd want me to waste your time with typing all of this stuff out. And I'm going to kind of explain the code that CodePilot is putting down here for us. So I'm just going to create a function here called planet name. I do want to take in a number, right? That's going to be one of my parameters of what planet number am I talking about. The next thing is we need to build out a switch statement that is going to help us evaluate that number coming in. And for each planet that we have, we need to have an individual case for it. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So we have this switch statement here, and our function is essentially done. So let's go ahead and explain what's going to go on here whenever we are calling this function. So we're supplying a number, all right? And then up here in the switch statement, it's evaluating that number. And if we get a match off of, is it planet 1, then we're going to simply return Mercury. If it is matched with a 2, we're going to return Venus, and so on, right? And so that's how the switch statement kind of works for us. And typically you'll see that we have to put breakpoints in between each one of these cases. But since we're returning in these case statements, then there's no need for a break. Okay, but typically you'll need to put a break in there. Otherwise, we're just doing a simple return. And then here's our default case. If it doesn't match any one of these, you always want to put a default case right at the end to be your blanket catch-all statement there, and it's going to be an invalid planet. So let's test 2 of these out. We'll test out Earth, which is planet 3, and then we'll also test out an invalid planet number. So let me go ahead and scroll up for this. I want to go ahead and save that, and then I'm going to run it. So we do get Earth, we do get invalid planet number. So hopefully, I'll put all the code up here on the screen here for us, but hopefully you ended up getting that, and hopefully the switch statement kind of made sense to you. The way to accomplish this, if you're looking at an if-else type of format, let's take a look at that. So we'll say in here, what if we wanted to use if-else statements instead of statement, okay? And let's go ahead and test that out. So we got function planet2 accepts a number, and this is what it would look like as a function utilizing if, else if statements, okay? So again, really developers' choice on which one would be more readable for you. If we put this up on 2 screens here, you can see which one do you feel would be a little more readable. To me, I see the switch statement as a little more readable. However, later on in your development, you might want to think about an object, or even what we would call maybe like a lookup table, in order for this to kind of be even more condensed. All right. But anyways, we accomplished the task of doing it utilizing a switch statement. I told you that I would show you what an if-else statement would look like as well. But just notice that on the if-else, our default here and our else statement down at the bottom, that is our catch-all on both of them. And that's how you would do that. All right. But sometimes seeing these else and if-else, you can get lost in these. So just be careful when you're coding those out. All right. Thanks for watching.